So we were talking about the use of coins as medium of exchange. Another facility that was introduced was use of hundis and chitti. They were like a guarantee by some money lender or any renowned established person who can take all the responsibility that if you are involved in any business relation, you are having any trade relation across the ocean as well, that person is guaranteeing you the payment. Different types of facilities were providing, or written agreement was there in the hundi. Okay, so you can say that it was just to make the transaction safe. A mediator is taking guarantee of payment. Okay, that was. It is also evident even in the rural areas where there is no reach of the proper formal sector of lending, where modern banking facilities are not available. All these things are still in practice, but Government of India is trying its best to provide the banking facilities to associate the rural people who are living in the remote places in rural areas and connect them with the modern banking facilities. Zero balance accounts, Jan Dhan accounts are the most popular step that was taken by the Government of India, and there was no specific criteria. There was the paperwork, the negotiations, and the customer retention policy of the bank was improved. Banks were told by the RBI policies that you have to provide a certain amount of credit to the rural and MSME sector. Earlier it was in practice that banks were providing credit only to the established large business players. Banks were hesitating in providing credit to farmers and small MSME unit holders because the chances of default were more. The people who are not having any asset as a guarantee, banks were not providing credit to them. But after support of government and through RBI monetary policies, obtaining credit from banking sector was made available, was made easy to the rural people and farmers and small MSME unit holders. MSME is micro, small and medium scale enterprises. As I had discussed in the online class, MSME sector is the building block of our Indian economy. MSME sector provides employment to a huge number of people. MSME can revive our economy. That's why government is providing different types of support to the MSME unit holders. Handheld support is provided because these units lack proper resources, proper guidance, proper expertise to start business. So if any person is starting any business unit, it's responsibility of the government to provide them early handhold support. If the business is established, it will provide employment to a large number of people and it will strengthen our economy as well. You can see the example of China, Japan, where technological advancements were imbibed and the people are provided with support from government to start small business units, and in the coming years the small units changed into a established multinational company. Okay, and that's why Japanese and Chinese economy are having an edge over us. Advent of business and trade was same. China was not very much ahead to India if we go 25-30 years back or even 40 years back. After 1950, the position of China and India were very much same, but during these 50 to 60 years, the Chinese economy grew remarkably, but Indian development was lagging behind. There are several factors we will discuss in the coming lectures about these factors that are, just wait for a second. And in your 12th syllabus as well, there are different case studies why Chinese companies surpassed the business and why their profitability grew at an enormous rate, why they established dominance in Indian market. We will study all these things in detail in your syllabus as well and in the class 12 business studies. Different types of case studies are given. There are examples of Chinese electricity, toy market, infrastructure, communication, all these things. Chinese dominated us. Okay. Now government is taking proper measures to eradicate this dominance of foreign companies, especially Chinese companies on Indian market. So we will see all these things in detail. Now, role of commission agents. It was a factor that provided an upthrust to the economy because these mediators, these agents were connected to the local people, rural people. People have faith in them. Suppose any person who is living in your vicinity, you will easily obtain credit from them. Okay, you can rely on them for your basic needs. And if anyone is coming from some other location, it will be very tough to believe on that person. That's why the agents were local people who were connected with some established money lenders, and they were acting as a connecting link between the person who was seeking credit and the person who was ready to provide credit in exchange of some interest rate. So these commission agents established a network that was very proficient in the Middle Age. During the Mughal period, the role of commission agents was proliferated at a very fast rate. They were just igniting the impact of trade and business. That's why different traders went across the nation to establish trade and business relations because these agents were fulfilling all of their need of finance and credit. If there is proper medium of providing credit, then business will automatically grow and the foreign trade will also grow by leaps and bounds. So if this problem of lack of fund, even today the small business unit holders and farmers are facing this problem. Lack of fund is the main factor that is making the business units, manufacturing units stop their operations. Because in the middle of their operation, if they are not able to meet their cost, if they are not having proper money to provide all the resources at right time, at right place, then supply chain, the production facility will stop working. Because no person is ready to work if the salary is not being paid at proper time. So the main pressure that the companies were facing since ancient time was lack of fund. That's why advent of coin, indies and chitti commission agents provided an upthrust to the business activities. Money lending and financing domestic trade. As you know that if any company starts business, the first attraction is the domestic market. If you are able to cater to the needs of the domestic market, then you can go to the international market. When your product is capable enough, your product is liked by the customers at domestic level. If your business is efficient enough to generate you proper resources to establish your production center, manufacturing units in other countries as well, then only you will go to establish foreign relations with other companies, other nations. So before establishing yourself as a multinational company, first you have to establish yourself as a domestic company. This is the main criteria of development. Any company, you can take example of Tata, Birla, Reliance. At first, they were catering to the need of our domestic people. And when they give strong enough to establish manufacturing units, they went abroad. They indulged in foreign trade. Okay, this is the story. You never know that any business unit that is very small in size today, after 20 years, you don't know what is the rate of their growth and development. If the company is on right track, providing proper